set så mange kendte mennesker. Jeg føler, at jeg er kommet i mål. Jeg har fået at vide, at man selv kan mærke, at tiden er lige. Jeg er ikke udmeldt til nu. Men de seneste måneder, så er den der fornemmelse og følelse, den er blevet endnu stærkere. Den er faktisk blevet så stærk, at jeg føler, at det her det er det helt rigtige tidspunkt for mig at stoppe min aktive karriere inden for motorsport. Og det er det, jeg gør. Jeg føler, det er helt rigtigt, at jeg indstiller min karriere i effektiv motorsport efter det sidste løb i Brasilien næste weekend. For mig er det en lykkelig dag. Jeg vil sige, jeg er lidt stolt af min karriere. Det har været en lang karriere, og jeg har opnået utrolig mange minder, som jeg kan tage med mig for altid. Jeg føler mig utrolig privilegeret over at have samarbejdet og arbejdet og kæmpet med en masse fantastiske og inspirerende mennesker. Mange talentfulde mennesker. Jeg har kørt sammen med kanon co-drivers og har haft det rigtig, rigtig behageligt på de bedste teams i verden. Hvis jeg kunne gøre det hele om igen, vil jeg ikke ændre en eneste beslutning. Som Allan Olsen synger, så har han tænkt sig om en ekstra gang og fortryder intet. Det lyder godt i mine ører. Jeg føler fortsat, at jeg er i relativt god form. Jeg føler faktisk, at jeg er i et eller andet sted både fysisk og mentalt i rigtig god form. Både i og uden for bilen. Og det gør beslutningen endnu rigtigere for mig. Jeg tror, det har været vigtigt for mig også, at man kan stoppe competitive. Jeg føler, at i år har været stærkt på den måde. Jeg føler, at jeg kan se mig selv i øjnene. Jeg kan se alle omkring mig i øjnene. Men jeg kan også skue fremad. Jeg kunne godt have fortsat, men det er det helt rigtige tidspunkt nu at stoppe med at være i cockpittet. Det er også vigtigt for mig at melde ud nu, fordi jeg har altid sagt, at jeg vil gerne melde ud lige før jeg kører den sidste løb. Og det bliver altså til World Endurance Championship i Brasilien i den følgende weekend. Når man kigger tilbage på, at det faktisk er godt 35 år i motorsporten, hvor at det er knappe 25 år som professionel, så er der mange, faktisk så er der utroligt mange, som fortjener en stor tak. Det gælder selvfølgelig helt fra min go-kart-tid til Formel 3 i Tyskland, til 5 fantastiske år i Japan og helt frem til i dag. Motorsport er som sagt en holdsport. Teamwork works. Og jeg kan ikke nævne alle dem, jeg skylder en tak her i dag, men jeg vil gerne sige et stort og uforbeholdet tak til alle de fans, som hele tiden og altid har støttet mig gennem både godt og skidt igennem alle de her 35 år i motorsport. Det har betydet utrolig meget for mig. Og jeg er utrolig rørt og stolt over hver gang, at jeg har set et hav af Dannebrog, selvfølgelig senest i de mange år, vi har været på i mange. Jeg ser det sveje, man hører tilråbene, og man har mærket opbakningen. Der findes ikke noget større som idrætsmand. Det føler jeg mig utrolig privilegeret over. Så det vil jeg gerne sige et rigtig stort, nordjysk tak. Nu vil jeg ved at takke. And while I'm thanking people who means a lot to me and my career, I find it very obvious to say a big thank you to my boss, head of Audi Motorsport, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich. Over so many years we have been very confidential about many things, and I think that you are a boss who have an incredibly passion and control between your heart and your brain, and that has given me such a privilege to drive for you and all your employees at Audi AG. And when you go into decisions like what I have taken here, you have helped me a lot in these nice talks that we have had. And I would like to pass the word over to you with a great thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Tom, and first thanks for being here and a part of this very special day. I see it's a great day, and as you said, we work now together on one hand since the end of '99, and I think we have not been only working together, we've been building up for me very, very special relationship. Because we always tried to handle like a family does, with having common goals and trying to share the good moments and trying to help each other if the moments have not been so good. We have seen all that stuff, and maybe I just would like to point on some very special things of this period of time we've been spending together. Which I have to say I enjoyed all the time. It started with trying to convince Tom to come to Audi, in showing him the first ideas we had of our new Le Mans car for 2000 and after. And if you look back and if we see how many important races we have won, then with this very car we've been talking about in '99, I think it's a very special story. And I also have to say we had a very special story when we had our first race together, because Tom's first race for Audi was in Sebring 2000, and he came new in the team, and he was with Frankie and Emanuele in the car. Two guys that have been with me since '93 already, so we had already some years together in touring car sport, and moved then in '99 into sports car racing. And Tom came in the team, and yes, for sure, Tom was a very famous race driver in these days, and we all knew he had already done big stuff. And so his teammates, as usual, they wanted to see what he can do. And so they said, no problem, Tom, if you want to qualify the car, it's up to you, do it. And so Tom was happy to have the chance from his teammates to do the first qualifying. And when the qualifying was running, I've not been sitting on the pit wall with the radios and just listening and watching. I always used to go out on the racetrack to see what's going on there. And there was a very nice hill behind corner number 2 in Sebring, and his teammate Emanuele joined me, and we went out with our golf car and watched qualifying. And then Tom came, and we could see, yeah, now he's going into his fast lap now, and then he came in his very fast lap around corner 1, going towards us, and we think, ooh, he's fast. Ooh, he's very fast. Ooh, he's too fast. And then it happened, it just was a little bit too late on the brakes, opened the brakes, but we couldn't make it anymore, and went into the tire wall before the guardrail. And something happened which is not so normal. The car completely disappeared under the tires, only the rear wing was there. And then silence. We've been sitting there, none of the marshal moves. What's going on? Somebody must come and try to see how he is. Nobody moves. Emanuele and myself, we look at each other, decision. We are climbing over the fence, jumping down on the other side, exactly on these tires, and under these tires was him. Yeah? And then I started to dig the tires, and Emanuele helped me, and then suddenly we could see him, and I see him, look him up. And I see he remember what he told me after that. He said, you know, what you really want to have is that in your very first race that you do for somebody, for a team like you, that you have this off like that, and then you want to see your boss digging you out of the track. That's how we started, and I think this was a good start.
We won the race.
And we won the race. And so at the end it was perfect. And I still remember there was not too much damage on the car, because there is still one photo existing where I'm sitting in this car on a lorry going back to the pits, because there was nobody there, and we needed somebody that is standing on the brake pedal when it was on the lorry, and he had to go through the medical check. So this is how it started. I think we had many great races in Le Mans. Very often there was one problem in the team and a question in the team, and it was always the same sentence: where is Tom? But at the end we always found him, and he was never late for any of the races. We had as well, I think, great time in DTM. We had in DTM as well, unfortunately, I think your toughest accident you ever had. And I think the period of time after the accident was something that brought us again a little bit closer to each other, because I think we really made good decisions together. And it was at the end a very difficult period of time, because I know that a race driver has only one wish: he wants to drive again the next day. And my duty is to be careful that he doesn't go into the car too early, and then there is always some doctors between. And but I think we managed it really good, and he proved him very quickly that he didn't lose anything of his speed, he didn't lose anything of his fighting spirit. It was the same racer after this accident, and I think he proved with many successes after that that he's the very special one. I just have to say at the end of that I'm really proud that he was with me in our team for such a long period of time, that we could share so many great successes, and we also shared some bad races together, but that's a part of it. The good thing is I think we had much more good ones than bad ones, and that's really something terrific. And I also have to say, I know that it is not easy for a race driver to take a decision like that. But it is important to do this decision like Tom did it, and he decided to do that, and he wants to do that, and I know that. And I'm the lucky guy that we could manage that. Even now he stops his official racing career, we will continue to work together, and he will stay with us, and he will be one of the Audi guys like he was for so many years, and we will continue that, and I'm looking forward to that. Tom, from myself and from all us in Audi, thanks for what you all have done for us, but I'm looking forward to continue something great, because I think you can help us very much, and I know that you will do it with 100% of your heart and your mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will explain shortly what Dr. Ulrik said omkring fremtiden. Og inden I får lov at stille spørgsmål, hvis der skulle være nogen, så er det, at jeg vil fortsat nu være ambassadør for Audi og forblive inden for motorsporten, og hvilket naturligvis også har været med til at gøre den her beslutning nemmere. Jeg vil i fremtiden være med til events og races og alle ting omkring, hvad Audi har med at gøre i forskellige situationer, men naturligvis noget mere på sidelinjen end at sidde nede i cockpittet på vores Audi R18. Det er nemlig som ambassadør, men også som en del af det team, som skal optimere støtte og udvikle det fysiske og mentale hos Audis yngre og dygtige fabrikskørere nu og i fremtiden. Og det er en del af den rolle, jeg glæder mig meget til at arbejde på. Hvordan jeg ser frem til, det er mere tid sammen med min dejlige Hanne, som absolut ikke har haft noget med den her beslutning at gøre, men har støttet mig utrolig godt i hele det her forløb. Og naturligvis også mere tid med vores tre dejlige børn. Det giver lidt tid til eftertænksomhed, når ens søn han var et halvt år, da man deltog på Le Mans første gang, og at vi herinde, der er gået en måned, skal til at udstyre ham med kørekort. Så det har været en lang karriere, men også en tid, jeg nu glæder mig til at have med mig bag efter karrieren. Nu vil jeg ikke sige mere, men tak jer, fordi I mødte op i dag. Jeg synes, at det vil være vigtigt lige, at Dr. Ulrik han skal have noget med hjem til Audi. Og det vil jo være noget passende, sådan han ved i hvert fald, hvor min hjelm er. Man plejer at sige, at man hænger den på hylden, men nu kommer den ned og hænger hos Audi. This is the helmet, and you keep it, so you make sure that I do what you want me to do, and you control that helmet that I don't go wrong. Then we have a little toast, if you don't mind, because I think it's a day that I would like to celebrate with.
He's drinking alcohol so often, so you have to be careful. Don't give him too much, please. You can't make it. Don't give him too much.
While before I give the questions to you, I can just see that another very important gentleman when we are thanking people has arrived. There was a certain guy who called me in 1997, shortly, that means a few days before the race in 1997, the team director at Joest Racing, Audi Sport Team Joest today, and without his call, we might not have been able to make this day so late in my career that we have. So welcome, Ralf Hüttner. That's a nice surprise to see you. You just arrived.
Actually, a few minutes ago. Can I say a few words, please, if you have a microphone?
I don't need mine.
Okay, that's teamwork. I'm pretty surprised. Nice to be here, but actually I didn't know anything about this event here. I came actually to give something back that I've been proudly presented last year by Tom, which is a trophy he gave me last year. And it's a trophy like the Le Mans trophy, which you only get for 1 year, and then you have to give it back to the next one who is awarded to it. I had it for a year now. I was very proud to get it, and I thought it's actually an old trophy from Tom's late father. This is a good time to give that one back. I had it for a year. I was very proud to have it. And I was very proud.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers. And if there's any questions, we will sit down, and please feel free. Take another chair. Yes. Yeah. CC hand.
Dear Tom, dear Dr. Ulrich, dear ladies and gentlemen of the press. No sense. I don't think it's necessary. Can you hear me? It is, in fact, as you said, a great day. Of course, it's also a very sad day. But Tom, through your whole career and up to now, Tom is one of the best ever ambassadors Danish motor racing could ever have. But he's also the best ever sports personality of Denmark. And now he's taken this decision. I'm happy for it. I think it's the right time. Alan did it last year, and now you do it, and I'm 100% behind it. And then you have avoided, there are always two questions when a sportsman is plus 40. The first question you are now will be able to answer very easily. The first question is, of course, why do you retire, Tom? That's a very good question to have. The other question is a pretty bad question to have. Why don't you retire? But you need not answer that because you're taking the right decision. And it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic time. And of course, I also say a sincere thank you to you, Wolfgang, and Ralf as well. The support you have given from Audi, Ingolstadt, and the cars you have built, the very safe and fantastic winning cars you have built is tremendously important, of course. And I ask you to take back our sincere thank you to the board of directors at Audi and all people of your factory. It is fantastic what you have done. And you have to remember, it's 15 years those two and Ralf have been together. Maybe it's not a long time, but for motorsports people, they change team every second as we change shirts. But they have been together for a successful 15 years, starting up, as you told us, Wolfgang, with the win at Sebring and the second place this year at Le Mans. It is really fantastic. And I wish both of you, Ralf, Reinhard Just, and the whole team, a very good future.
We asked if our ambassador of the Copenhagen Historic Grand Prix will appear on the track next year, or have you retired for good?
Cheeky question. I will have to look in the regulations, and I will have to check if historic racing stands under a professional racing career, which I'm off next week and has retired from. If not, then I see no obligation.
I promise we won't pay you away.
Jamen, de må jo være sulten og tørstig. Der skulle stå noget klar til bagved. Og så vil jeg jo så ellers bare tak for i dag. Eller hvad? Skal vi small talk lidt? Skal vi stoppe det herfra, og så small talker vi? Så vil jeg gerne sige igen tusind tak, fordi I er kommet. Og så dem jeg får set, dem håber vi får en hyggelig lille times tid her, inden at Dr. Ulrik flyver til Tyskland, og jeg skal videre med England. Så rigtig, rigtig hjertelig tak, fordi I er kommet. Og endnu en gang tak til alle fans, der har fulgt med i min lange rejse til i dag. Mange tak.